Howdy, howdy. Welcome, happy days. It's time for some FACEIT League Season 7. We are here in our very first day of Season 7. Already had one banger 5 map. I mean, just barn burner earlier. A hell of a way to start the season. We're getting into some NA here tonight. Your very first match here for North America. We're kicking off some Expert League. We're going to get an NCSU taking on the Dhill Donkeys here tonight. Two returning teams. Two teams that have, fairly storied histories in FACEIT League and outside of that matter, with NCSU and North Carolina State University competing in both collegiate and in FACEIT League. In fact, one of the things that kind of stopped them in Season 6 was, having to focus on their collegiate schedule full time. We'll see if that plays a factor. I don't think it's going to be a factor here, Season 7, with the way the timing's worked out. And now they're back with the vengeance. We have more teams than ever here in FACEIT League Season 7. We have more teams that have signed up than we have ever before, which means more teams in Expert Division than ever before. The competition is going to be tougher than ever. And we still have only 16 slots there for playoffs. We're going to start here, night number 1. Let's go take a look at our two squads. Let's get into it. NCSU Red. Not much change after returning from Season 6. They bowed out, but not before taking down some pretty top-tier teams last season. And one of the things that's, pointed out when I was like, yeah, I mean, you kind of had a 5-9 season, but you took wins over Crimsons, who would go on to be a top 3 team, as well as win over Velocity, who ended up having a pretty impressive run later on as well. So, with those 2 wins behind you, and Crimson's didn't lose a whole lot. So despite having a very small sample size of NCSU Red, we did see them put up some impressive wins. And most recently, they jumped an enormous amount in the collegiate rankings. Not ODCS, but the Overwatch collegiate rankings. Well, why did that just change over? Oh. This is actually my squad. Yeah, so that's happening right now. I have an ongoing match right now. It's going to be NCSU Red with first pick. You're going to Ilios with a Freya ban. NCSU Red's been upsetting everybody. They leveled up. And a big part of that was adding Lobby to the mix, right? Lobby, who we see around this stream playing for the Cafe. Cafe, who had an outstanding Season 6. High expectations for them in Season 7 as well. But Lobby moving over and joining this NCSU squad was quite the upgrade. Dhill Donkeys, had a 9-7, had a winning season there in Season 6. Once again, did make playoffs, despite getting 0-2'd out of playoffs. Did make playoffs. Just making top 16 here is nothing to scoff at. Yep, ranked 9 in the Okra rankings. Yep, saw that went up 5 ranks. Went up 5 ranks from 14th to 9th. Usually you go up 1 or 2. You don't usually see a team, very rare do you see a team move that many rankings in Okra. We are going to get a Diva ban here out of Dhill Donkeys. Oh, my flex supports are both asleep? Oh no! Waka waka, oh no! All right, let's get into map 1. Let's do it. It's time for Season 7. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2. I don't know about regard. You kicked my door open, buddy. Round 1. Capture the objective. All right, we're gonna get Winton out of the Donkeys. You're missing their flex supports apparently. Bakanje and Damien Dapp are in. I did see Dapp playing with him last semester, I believe, or last season rather. Get me all in collegiate talk. Gore bought some early space. It was forced out fairly quickly. You can see Splice and NCSU Red rocking the Zarya comp, but it's what OC would call a naked Zarya comp. You don't really have the Reaper to help you engage with. We're running Oblivion in the sky instead, and despite first kill and first cap going to NCSU. Nope, that is my actual cam. This should get flipped immediately. It was a nice 2-piece there out of Baconier. Yeah, during officials, I gotta turn the delay on. During officials, I gotta turn the delay on, I'm afraid. Hey, I'm streaming more and more without delay on, okay? I'm becoming more and more of an actual streamer. Ooh. Hudson walking the Soul Fertile away skin. Actually, pretty clean, pretty clean. 80% towards this first OC as they kind of just slowly back up. Splice goes off of the Czar and does go to Hazard. I like this more if you're going to play the Echo along with it. Just some quick burst damage between the Hazard dive-in combined with the focusing beam. That could be pretty nasty. We do get Oblivion actually receiving the Tidal Blast. Self-Suzu there from Bakanye. Red are able to clean up. Anyway. It's hard managing managers. I know, right? Oh, forgot I said I typed something, and then I responded what you forgot you said. That sounds about right, Maddie. The core able to clean up some high ground. Melts through lobby. Looked like Red got a little stubborn trying to hold that top high ground. They're like, no, we got everybody up here. We're gonna die on this hill. And, well, die on that hill they did. The Winton easily able to gain access, kind of run over the squishies with a well-placed bubble. We saw Pulse invested to help finish off Splice down low in main. And go. It's just been those two ultimates invested so far. 6650 on the board. You got a lot of sustain available. Double support ult and the primal here for donkeys. You can see them. Oh, going into a small room. That's a bold move with the primal available. They have a court. Yeah, salivating at that opportunity. You saw that. I saw that. There you go inside. Rally now popped here from NCSU. Lobby will end up melting. Oblivion is going to duplicate the Winton. We got double Winton on the board. And Oblivion will find Bakura there with a slightly clumsier looking primal, but nevertheless enough damage to get the job done. Will melt Damien Dat down. And that was a massive fight. 4 ultimates invested from the Dhill donkeys. They're not able to win it out. You still have Tidal Blast as well as a Downpour available here for NCSU. Downpour is going to claim too. Oblivion will find an exit pick. Bakura is going to bubble up to try to make her way back into spawn. Oh no, the Cafe are still around and highly touted Phoenix. Cafe are expected to do very well despite not having lobby this season. Bunka fan, thank you so much for the follow. Give me a Tidal Blast thrown onto Oblivion once again. The Echo with the Tidal Blast is pretty nasty, yeah. They're able to just get beeline right into the enemy soft spot. Bakanye falls there on the back of the ultimate. 99-99. Great start here for NCSU Red. Looks like they're going to clean this one up. Grab round 1.
Cascading. Score 0-1.
Whoa, what was that? What the hell? That was wild. I have no idea. And see the newly added lobby. 12 and 3 there, 4K damage. Keeping up with the 2 tanks. Nearly at least. Esports at NC State, I appreciate you being here. We got the official count popping in. Love to see it, love to see it. Oh, that was a huge chunky set of stickies. Well, Oblivion Soldier's health bars just vanish up top. Hudson getting the real business in, taking the full brunt of the damage. Hudson swaps off an Ash, goes into a Soldier. Ends up just kind of being a scrappy neutral fight back there. I mean, we saw Splice get the first pick, but it cost him almost the entirety of the health bar, the consistency of the Soldier. Just ends up putting in a lot of damage there. Without Splice, Hudson Company really just systematically find NCSU Red a bit separated there for the remainder of that fight. So a very fortuitous turn there for Donkeys, frankly. They're able to build up a lot of ultimates. Look at Damien Dapp's ult. Look at Bakadier's ultimate. Oh, but Hudson goes down. Splice with the dive in. Dude, I felt like that was all the way over in enemy territory. McCore will find some revenge. Ooh, but leaps up into Oblivion. Not sure if they didn't have bubble ready, but did not have any reinforcements. It looks like everybody else just kind of got picked off around them. Downpouring from Splice. McCord eats just an enormous amount of damage. Gets taken down early. Still, David Dempsey going to go ahead and throw in the sound barrier into this fight. Kitsu in response. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Beautiful sound barrier out of Damien Dapp. Kind of helps support the retake from Donkeys, despite losing McCord so early. That was FACEIT alarm sound. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, it's my first time competing, so I don't know those noises. I know my team is chalked tonight, unfortunately. God, can't get managers to do anything. McCord kind of getting overwhelmed here while the rest of the team has been trying to handle the attack from Splice. That's had attack visor going. Just going on a tour here. Why not? What about this Kitsu? Did you get any more luck out of that one? No value out of the Kitsu either. So where it looks like the Donkeys do really well in the neutral, man, these ult fights have really not been going their way. I mean, heavy investments from the ultimates and really not turning them into fight wins or a whole lot of control, right? Now, we do know that, once again, Dhill Donkeys are playing with some subs in the flex support role, I believe. Or in the support role in general, the whole backline. And, when a match is this kind of close, when it's 92 to 100, here to determine this round, the first round wasn't, it was very similar. It wasn't much different. Those big ult fights are playing their part. So I don't know if we're seeing Dhill Donkey's true power here, but NCSU Red will grab their first map win of the season, taking Ilios here in a 1-0 lead. All right, so Donkeys chose Dorado, choose defense, and ban out an Echo. Take a look at some stats there for map 1. Top damage is going to go to Lobby here, 22 and 6, newest pickup from this NCSU Red squad. Look good. I mean, it's just slotting right on in, right? Just doesn't look like It doesn't look like, the one new player on the team at all. It just seems to be fitting like a glove. At least so far. So far, so good. We're going to get a Lucio ban out of NCSU, heading into map 2. We finally got our win on control. Let's go. Hey, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Haven't really noticed any changes to the Donkeys lineup here in Season 7. It's looking very similar to what we had seen in the previous seasons. I had questions on if, Bakor, Damien, Dap were going to be returning. In fact, we are seeing both of them here tonight. Thank you all for hanging out with us. Enjoy this first game of the season. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Oh, hey, and just like that, we're getting into map 2. We're gonna head into Dorado. Hey, for your second map of the evening. But yeah, hey, we're trying to get better every day. Every day. All right, let's get into it. It's time for some Dorado. Thank you, copyright-free music, but it's time for map 2.
Attackers incoming.
Donkeys once again returning into the Winston look. Makanye is pulling out the auto, playing this backer, protected by Damien Depp in the Brig. You're gonna have Hudson up here as well. Frozen down low with the Tracer, be able to kind of rotate in on and off a cart. Oh, look at the teleport move already. Oblivion goes in. Big nade lands, but still Splice and Oblivion are able to put enough damage down, find the opening pick. Splice, obviously, maybe touched on this Roadhog yet. Beautiful opener, now followed up on by Oblivion. Big nade from Nelix. They find their counterpart. And that is a wonderful start for NCSU here on Dorado. Hudson will find that kill. Saw that one coming. Nice little, morale booster. Yeah. Get the energy levels up, get those comms livened up there for Dhill Donkeys. One beautiful shot. Oh, Lobby's able to find Frozen, though. Kind of in this early stage as NCSU's setting up for attack on high ground. We're actually going to teleport to this back high ground. A clever little wrinkle on your normal approach. I have seen Record go off the Winston. Is on to the Diva now. Same with Splice. Hudson finds their second kill. An important one on to Nelix. Way and out of bank. Oop, gotta be careful. Watch those water blasts. Oh, find that shot onto Oblivion. And a beauty it was. Holy cow. We'll go ahead and drop sides here. And Hudson has just basically managed to hold single-handed some wonderful shooting. Give Hudson enough time, they will deliver. That's all Bakor's needed to do. Splice now back at mech. Taking a proper go with this thing. Good solid minute or so eating off the clock here from this Dhill Donkeys defense. They've managed to work up towards a nano boost as well. A little bit ahead of Nelix on the other side. They wanted to get aggressive, but there's no reason for them to force it, to be honest. Let's see where this teleport's going. Where are you headed? All right, it's all the way in the back. Lobby actually receives the nano. Woo! Good headshot on to Hudson to win that one out with the nano boost. Cora did get the nano boost in their own right. Got the self-destruct all ready to go. Trying to hide behind it. See if they can get back and mech. They shall. Oblivion drops down low to avoid the explosion. Demi and Depp there to greet them with just an incredible amount of damage that the Wuyong put out. Unfortunately, Oblivion just gets sandwiched and didn't even stabilize. The Core continues to put in some hurt here alongside Frozen, looks like they might get the demon. Okay, they're not quite gonna whittle through Splice's health. Oblivion goes over to a Genji, so no more of the teleport strategy, no more of the sim tricks. Let's see, where's the defense here? Frozen gets found out inside the courtyard, or courthouse. That was, I believe, Splice who got the... Yep, you can see the explosion there from that tidal blast. They're able to find an important kill, take the Ana out, no more Bakura either, so... We should have a cap directly here. It'll be roughly 3.5 minutes, a little over actually here for NCSU as they move into the power plant. Oblivion finding some exit picks. I mean, they should be able to set up on some high ground and get set for potential one fight push here through point C. Starting quite land, 25 health. Here comes the pursuit. Splice wants the kill, they'll get it. Oblivion with the dash through. Splice doing a good job kind of holding everybody else at bay. We'll escape back around. Them and Oblivion are still in here pressuring. Nano moves thrown out from the defense from the corner to try to hold. You're able to work through lobby with that Nano. You got the Bucket Chuck low. Good dance from Bakura. And they weave in. Dance like a butterfly. Sting. Well, I guess sting like a bee. I don't know. Sting hard enough to send Bakura back at Bucket Chuck back at spawn. They sting like a diva. There was a clever thing in there, and I couldn't quite figure it out. Like I knew there was. I was like one step away from something good. Yeah, and it fell. Slipped right through my fingers. Kitsu and play hunts it off. The Widowmaker's going over to a Symmetra. Self-destruct up there in that high ground in this 4v5. Minimal value out of that Consuming Rush from the high ground. Bakura really doing a good job. It's going to be Oblivion when the Tidal Blast runs in. Trying to defy Bakanye. It's going to be the Blade that'll get the job done. Beautiful little combo. And that'll be enough to push this cart in. Oh, buck 45 left in the time bank. Exactly, as a matter of fact.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the pain.
And yes, you're putting out the hazard once again here around the defense. Oblivion gonna stick with this Genji. That's a heck of a start. 5-5 there on the defense. Sticking with this Widowmaker, man, it had some very impactful kills. Obviously, just being able to control sightlines, Widow can do so much. Didn't like what they saw where they're going to. You're going to go over to the Ash. We're going to match that. Meanwhile, big nade lands from Bakane. Ooh, ends up getting traded. Lobby and Oblivion go down. Bakura, Bakane able to, I mean, really get kind of in the thick of it there. Beautiful nade to set up that two-piece. And that's exactly what Dhill Donkeys needed to get this cart rolling. Hudson ends up in a Tracer with Frozen going over to the Genji. So we end up in a double flex DPS, line. Yeah. Now, not having a hit scan to control lanes could be difficult. You can see we're just getting free access here. Splice and Oblivion, don't really have to worry about taking damage on the setup. And Lobby is free as a bird in this back line as well. That is, unless Hudson and Frozen can get in and make Lobby uncomfortable, I think they're going to struggle to cap this point with this double flex DPS look. Now, you do have a Nano ready to go. If you're hoping to build to that blade, though, Frozen's still a little bit away, taking some damage. See just how far out Lobby's able to play. Gets that kill on Bakane. Remember, there's extra meterage added into the range of the Ash before she's affected by fall-off damage, is doing full damage at an extra 10 meters of range now than she was before the Season 19 mid-season patch. Super noticeable here, like this kind of range right there, from here to the spawn. I mean, it is right in that prime 10-meter spot. Oh, what a sleep! It's actually Nelix is going to put that one down. He's in a bit of trouble. Bakura's moved into the back line. Bakane actually finds Lobby amidst that mess. Bakura's going to hope to trade out. Blade out of Oblivion. Try to stop the line. Damien Dap hits the rally, though, and will send the little ninja pack, and the sword's not going to do much into that. They're able to rotate through to the courtyard with 50 seconds to go. Now, Dhill Donkeys do have a blade of their own. They got to get something done here. No, it's the sleep. Nelix actually wakes up the Genji. We'll turn around and Oblivion will, Frozen will find that pick. Nano was invested here, and Splice is able to pick up a core with that Nano boost damage, resulting in a hold from the defensive NCSU. And they're going to hunt down Bakane and find some exit picks. Oh. Oh, no. Get out, Damien. Damien, you've got to live through this. Frozen's able to get a kill. Bucket Truck goes down. Splice cannot be so haphazard, and Damien's able to live. There is hope yet here for Dhill Donkeys on Dorado. First things first, got to get a touch. It's going to be Hudson, moves Zed. Has to spend all their cooldowns for that. Now keep an eye on for Bakura. It's your turn. No! Wait a minute! Oh, no! Oh. I mean, that would have been an extraordinarily tough take, but... Right, they look like the Tracer got off the point just before the 3-second mark. And obviously the Diva did not make it onto the card. It's 2-0 for NCSU Red here in our Season 7 opener. Yeah, I mean, it would have been a heck of an uphill fight, but you hate to see it end like that. They had the right idea. It was just split second off of the timing. That sleep was nasty. That sleep was nasty. It's going to be a Suravasa pick, some Metro Band out there from the Donkeys. They are going to swap side as well. I was looking at some stats there from Naptail. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's sleep on an Nelix. Because if Frozen, if that blade is successful, then, we're looking at point B right now. Maybe we get to keep going. But that sleep from Nelix just completely shut it down. And really, really just put an end to the map. That was the sleep in the coffin, if you would. Splice 20-1 there between the Hazard and the Diva. Leading the server not only in elims, but damage as well at 8,800. Lobby having a fantastic match, 14-7, 8,600. By far the most damage of any DPS there in map 2. Has just been outstanding tonight. Once again, it was a real standout on Cafe. I think it was a huge boon. What a pickup here for NCSU Red. And it's just slotted right in with this team. Oh, let's get into Suravasa. It's time for map 3.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Initial flashpoint. Mark it.
I owe you a band, don't I? It was a Symmetra ban out of... Actually, oh, you both bands. It was a Symmetra ban out of Donkeys. Who have gone into the attacking side. Then we got a Curie ban out of NCSU Red.
Flashpoint unlocked.
There we go. Sorry for the delay. Got that all plugged in for you. Good first fight win here. The Sply's pulling out the Zarya for the first time tonight. Johnny just... Woof. Lobby with 4 picks there. That first one, Splice with nearly 1,000 damage in opening fight. Once again, we're seeing the Zarya without a typical engaging flex support. You know, the Echo wants to play from a little bit more from range until they get somebody low and they can swoop in for the kill. But not, you know, plays very differently from a Reaper who likes to go in early and kind of cycle cooldowns. So that, as a result, Splice is really on the front line, has to balance a lot of damage coming in with keeping their energy up. You can see it doesn't like out for him there. Really good play from the Dhill Donkeys to just overwhelm the low health Zarya. One thing to remember in dealing with the Zara has one of your lowest health pools of any tank. I think it's easy to forget how easily you can melt through a Zarya if everybody just focuses her down. We saw a great example there from the Donkeys. We got a couple of ultimates already available. Tidal Blast in 3, 2, 1. Almost got 2, maybe 3. In fact, one of them worked. Bakadi got the amplification matrix down. They're able to not only keep their backline alive with the lamp, but keep their tank alive with the double healing. But Lobby able to lodge a beautiful railgun shot through the Baptiste. Goes down, finishes off the second support, cuts the legs out from underneath the cup. Market will go over to NCSU Red.
Next flashpoint garden.
Rally used out of Nelix in that previous fight. You have a slight advantage. Oh, well, I mean, that advantage very quickly negated as Lobby and Oblivion both win their individual duels. The OC from Lobby is more than enough to finish off the 5v3. And we'll get a first cap. Lobby's exceptional series continues. Only one ultimate available for NCSU, but this Graviton Surge can be fight-winning in of itself. Keep an eye on Damien Dab, see if they can get the sound barrier up to block against that Graviton Surge. Damien Dab needs to stay alive. It needs to be in range. Splice is able to grab Frozen way off cart. What a recognition. Frozen trying to pull some attention away. Ends up just getting isolated and solo grabbed. But this does mean Damien Dab might be able to push in. Now, with a lot of sustain available to the Dhill Donkeys, they've got to leverage this into a fight win. Of Bakura's going to pop the Nemesis. Great Vortex right at the top of the stairs. It's going to make it for a difficult retreat. Gets boot back away, but still is able to pop the Annihilation. Runs in. Sound Barrier thrown in from Damien Dapp to layer in more sustain. You've got to get a kill here, though. And Matrix throwing a double support ults as well as an Annihilation and only one kill to show for it. But with overtime going, the yellow bar threatening, Dhill Donkeys do manage to flip the point. Bakura stepping forward to try to find a kill onto Oblivion. Hudson low in his station behind, lands a couple of try shots, but the duplicate will bail Oblivion out as they grab the doppelganger onto Soldier 76. And the imitation tack visor will help finish off this fight. We'll get a flip at 99% and a 2-0 lead here for NCSU Red. Dhill Donkeys could really use a Temple of Ruin spawn.
Palace.
They're not going to get it. They're going to have to fight through all of NCSU Red to make it over to Palace. This is the worst possible spawn that Dhill Donkeys could have gotten. Frozen has positioned themselves nicely over here. This wide swing, I thought might be able to even find an angle onto Bunkachunko, but they kind of sensed it coming. They're able to back up towards the objective. Splice and company still doing the same. Lobby's going to use an OC as they disengage. You end up with an exchange that's going to favor the red squad fighting that kill onto Bakura. Oh, you did not need that grab at all. That felt just a want to close that out quickly, and have felt confident in their neutral game that they don't need the Graviton Surge to win, big ult fights. Which, to be fair, that they have been very good in their neutral game. And one of the places Donkeys have struggled is with their ultimates. Let's see what they can do here. Hudson's able to duplicate the Zarya and immediately got 80% towards this first grab. That was actually kind of wild. It was a huge right click. Yeah, Annihilation's in play from Bakura. Bonus grab ready to go. 3v3 as Nelix is caught in the additional ultimate. And the double tanks will work out here. Flip from Dhill Donkeys. They grab control. Oh, no. Frozen under a lot of pressure, though, late in the fight. And Bunkachunko is able to find a kill as well. That's not how that's supposed to go. Very broken finish to that. As Frozen finds themselves isolated. Meaning we get an immediate flip. Frozen is back. Tack visor from the high ground. Able to weave in some shots to find a kill on the lobby. That's 2 down with Hudson finishing off tank and splice. Once again, we're going to see late pick. We're going to see Frozen picks late, actually. Now, there was a reset, looks like, from Nelix, but you can see, Oblivion is still just playing fearlessly up here. Nelix has now spawned. There's nobody that can really access the high ground other than Hudson themselves. So that's why Oblivion was confident to hold that top angle. Of course, with the duplicate also in the pocket. Now has set up a beautiful crossfire onto Bakura. They have to back away. They will not get out. That is a disastrous kill here. Lobby will end up finding a second. And we need a very quick disengage out of Dhill Donkeys if they want to set up for this final fight. Can't afford to lose anybody else here. All right, Donkeys do survive the disengage. They're back 5 strong. Duplicate in from Oblivion. We'll get the Tidal Blast thrown onto Bakura. And there's some extra healing that is thrown into that as well. Oh my goodness. 3 ultimates layered on top of each other here on NCSU Red. Doesn't look like they're really able to find anything with it, though. Frozen and company were able to rotate around. Lobby does find a late kill in the very last shot of the overclock. Bakura low, block in play, trying to fend off a lot of damage from the overclock and splice Zarya, but just not enough block slop in the world to fend that one off. And it looks like Dhill Donkeys cannot stave off the 3-0 either in the map or in the series. NCSU Red start off season 7 strong.
Play of the game.
This ends now.
Waka Waka having to play flex support. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Don't forget, Dill Donkeys had a sub in on flex support tonight. So we're certainly not seeing them at their full strength here. They did unfortunately have to play with subs. But at the end of the day, it is a 3-0 and a great debut for NCSU Red here in Season 7. What a start. What a start. Lobby, the new addition here, looked outstanding. And once again, I can't reiterate enough just how clean the integration looks here with this new squad. I think a Lobby will get your player of the match. Lobby is your MVP of the night here in this 3-0 victory for NCSU. Let's go. Let's go. The Donkeys will face Team Cree on Wednesday and then the Cafe next Monday. So some difficult opponents. A really rough start, actually, for Donkeys. That is a rough opening 3 games. My goodness. All 3 of these opponents for Dill Donkeys we have rated in our top 10. And, I mean, early preseason power rankings, just expectations. But still, that is a rough opener with nearly 40 teams competing. All 3 of Donkeys' opening opponents are top 10. Or top 10 expectants, I guess is the word for it. All right, I promise you a look at NCSU Red's schedule. What do you got coming up, Red? You've got Agave and Iliad Athena in your future. So Athena kind of at the very, very bottom of our power rankings right now. I'm trying to see. That's a team I think will be kind of in the hunt to make it in the top 16, but not guaranteed. So, I mean, very winnable matches here in front of NCSU. Could definitely start the season off with a 3-0.